is something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally.
Hi everyone, so today, if you can see, my face base is sort of done at the moment, but today I'll be doing a brand focus video on Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I have several products from them. Not really their lip product type things, but mostly face base, brows, things that they are known for. So let's just get started on the different products that I have. Basically, I picked up their contouring cream kit in Fair, as well as their brow products, the Brow Wiz, the Dip Brow Pomade, which I've had for ages, and if you can see how much I've used, you know that I really like it. And I haven't tried their clear brow gel. I have their tinted one as well, but I thought I'll try the clear one today. Also, more recently, their glow kit in That Glow. So yeah, let's just get started on the brows first. I'll bring you in closer and we can just get started. Whenever I hit a Anastasia product, I'll get back to you and we will talk through how I feel about the products, what I think about it, and also if it's worth getting and if it's truly worth the hype. So yep. So I guess using two brow products is a little extensive, but I'll be using the Brow Wiz as well as the Dip Brow Pomade, but I'll use it in a way that complements each other. I'll use this just for framing work and I'll use this to fill it in. I will use the Brow Wiz. I have the shade Soft Brown. Let's just see how it works in framing. The consistency of this formula is not incredibly buttery, but that's what you want in a brow pen. You want something that can blend easily but not too soft in formula. This one's quite stiff, but also the pigment comes out easily. You don't have to like keep going back in. With one stroke you sort of get the desired intensity of how you want to fill in your brows. So yeah, that is the brow shape. Now using the Dip Brow Pomade to fill in the sparse areas. So I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush, the dual end one in 20. I always use this for the pomades. So that's my brows, this side and this side. Just blending it slightly away. The thing about Anastasia products is that if you use a light hand, you actually don't even really need to blend the products. It's very evenly placed across the brows and across the skin. So basically you just have to have a light hand, but if you go really harsh on your brows, there will be a lot of product, but it's blendable, so that also gives way for people with a heavy hand, which I like. And yeah, I really love, you know, the precision in the brow, the texture, you know, it still gives my brow hairs that sort of definition but not masking it, which I like. And yeah, it gives a very textured brow look, and I can't say enough good things about it. I think many people have said how they use it and that kind of thing, and this is just my rendition of how I use the products to complement one another. So doing the other side, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you can see how I apply. So yep, that's how it applies. And now moving on to the brow gel, which I've never tried, but basically I know it's gonna be good because everyone's been saying that it's like super glue for your brow hairs. I'm just gonna bring you in closer because it's hard to tell. That's just with the Brow Wiz as a frame and the Dip Brow Pomade to fill in my brows. So now moving on to the clear brow gel. if you can see, basically that just made my brow hair stay straight upwards and giving me that very textured and full look. So yeah, without adding tint to it, it kind of retains the color of the base, which is great. The wand is a little big, but you know, at least I have quite a bit of hairs. If you have quite fine and sparse brows, this might not do anything for you, but in my case it really does help, you know. If you can see, it looks a lot more fuller, it looks very textured, which is what I like. I like my fronts to look like really full and thick brows. So yeah, on this side, similarly, just brushing it upwards. And because it's a clear brow gel, I don't have to worry about getting tint all over the rest of my face. So yeah, that's my brows done. They're looking really full and really intense at the moment, but yeah, I really like it. Once my, you know, eye makeup is on, it sort of gets better. But let's just move on to the next product. I think I'll do the cream contouring first, because at the moment I've already put my foundation and concealer, but I didn't set it with powder. So that's how my contoured nose looks and my chiseled cheeks. So I really like it. Look, so good, and it's really easy to use. I mean, I generally prefer cream contouring to, you know, powdered products, just cause powdered products tend to make my skin break out a lot more, but basically this blends away really well. I can't fully tell if the creams have coverage on their own like a foundation, but I think they do, because generally when I use a cream contour that is just having some sort of a tint, it basically rubs away my foundation a little and doesn't add on coverage. But at the moment I think this doesn't do that, and I really like it. So yeah, I'm just going to move on to the next Anastasia product. I'll just do my eyes, my lashes, and I'll get back to you with the glow kit. Okay, so I'm back with my eye makeup done, my blush done, and we're gonna move on to the highlighting palette. I've tried it briefly before, but actually as I get to use it, I like it more. But initially when I got it, I was severely underwhelmed, because these look so wet looking in the pan, like so buttery, and you would think that these would be like the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors, but some sort of hybrid between a cream and the Becca Shimmery Skin Perfectors, but it's actually slightly more subtle than that. But I'll be trying two application methods, one just the powder on its own and another with Fix Plus or something like that. So yeah, the brush that I use is just like a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and because, you know, I have like pretty small cheeks, so it doesn't really do much to use such a big brush. So I'm just going to use basically Bubbly and Sunburst. So whenever I use any of these shades, I tend to mix it with the lightest shade, just because these don't really suit my complexion very well. They either come across a little too peachy or too white or too bronze. So yeah, I just mix it with the lightest shade so it suits me better. Coat that all over my brush like that, and coat it in Sunburst as well. And on the tops of my cheeks. Oh, one thing I wish with this packaging was that it came with a mirror, because it's so big, but I think it's basically just a holding palette, because you can remove those pens and put it into your own Z palette or something like that. So yeah, on the tops of the cheeks. So as you can see, it does translate on camera, and it's quite a strong highlight, but it's not like the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors, if you guys are aware of how those functions. You can see on the tops of my bridge, just to enhance that, you know, cream highlight. So yeah, it does stand out. If it translates on camera, it's really quite a strong highlight, but it's not wet looking, if that makes sense. Like my inner corner highlight is a e.l.f. Big Highlighter, and that makes my lids look a little glossy, like the inner corner, if you can tell. But on the cheeks, these just look a little, I wouldn't say flat. It's good for people who are starting out with highlighting and, you know, don't really like that stronger highlight, which is great. But let's just try it with a setting spray and see how it goes. So I'm just going to use the Infallible Pro Spray and Set, whatever this is, but yeah. I'm going to do 2 spritz and using the same mixture of the highlights. Yes! So okay, this is what I'm talking about. I expected it to be like that, kind of a little glossy looking on the cheeks without using a setting spray, but to see that it works with the setting spray, I am very, very happy. I really want a very strong highlight with these things. So as you can see on this side, it's a little, you know, there is a definite highlight on the cheeks. But on this side it looks like wet and glossy looking, which I really like. So these are versatile as well as, you know, really a wide array of colours in the palette. So if you guys are looking to purchase this, I suggest going for it because, you know, it's really versatile in application, and also you can mix around your different custom shades, which really work well. Just going to highlight my cupid's bow with my finger. So that's with everything done. On my lips I have a Burt's Bees, what do you call, a lipstick, yeah, the recent release. And yeah, I'm not used to looking at my nose so contoured, but I wouldn't usually contour my nose on every day, but I do the sort of cheek highlight because I have quite an oval face. But yeah, I really love all the Anastasia products. Basically, if you have second thoughts about purchasing something, I suggest just go for it and learn how to use the products and learn the artistry way of applying it on yourself, and yeah, it's gonna look really great. And final thoughts on all the products, I'm gonna give the Brow Wiz, what am I kidding, I'm not even going to think too much about it, a 10 out of 10. And that's just because of its very precise nib, and you know, the spoolie itself is also very fine, so you can just like drag along the lines just to blur that slightly, which I love. So 10 out of 10. For the Dip Brow Pomade, I've been using that for ages, about a year already, and yeah, a 10 out of 10 as well. The only thing is that it can get a little messy, so you just have to learn how to use it. Like if you saw in my application method, I took the cap and I just did that hash sign just to remove a bit of product, and yeah, that sort of gets me sufficient definition and intensity on my eyes. And yeah, the brow gel, amazing. I'm not sure how the tinted one works because I generally am more of a critique on that one, because with such big size wands it tends to get everywhere, and I really hate that because when you're rushing off in the morning you don't want to have to fuff around with all that tint around your eyes. But with the clear brow gel, you know, you can just slap it on and it looks great, and that's also a 10 out of 10. Cream contour kit, I think the shades are very ashy, and I mean, it's supposed to be a contour kit, which I understand, and it does that. It makes me look very chiseled and very not like myself actually, which isn't a bad thing because that's what a contour kit is supposed to do. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Perhaps I should have gotten the warm tone ones because I'm a little darker, not too fair, and yeah, that might have suited me better. But basically the ashy shades only serve as a contour. I can't really bronze my face or anything like that. So yeah, it does add coverage also, and you know, it does conceal some imperfections, so you don't have to worry about it being too like removing too much of your makeup and that kind of thing. So 10 out of 10. Also the glow kit on my cheeks, the 2 application methods, I like how versatile it is. However, with the steep competition in the highlighting department with Becca going all out, I just think that Becca is still holy grail status, and Anastasia is versatile, it's different, but it's not as good as the Becca ones, kind of don't even need a setting spray in order to be that stark a highlight, which I love. And yeah, basically these get about a 9 out of 10. It's not too far away. You can still achieve that really glossy look, but you need to take time and purchase actually a setting spray, or you know, some sort of liquid spray. So basically that's my final thoughts about the whole brand, and I hope you enjoyed it. It took me quite a while to sit down to do this, just cause brows are quite a technical thing to do and it actually takes quite a while to explain. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and appreciate it. This is my honest review. Everything's paid with my own money, and I hope you guys like it. And if you do like it, do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!